It's so cold, windy. My poor hands, they're absolutely freezing. It's very windy. Whew. It's quite scary. It's quite scary. The wind the past few days. I think I'm going to zip this right up to the top. It's so cold. My poor hands. My poor freezing cold hands. But I gotta have a walk. Oh, a little Pomeranian, is that? I don't know. Let's get closer. Sorry guys, the visual is going to be much better when I get home, so don't worry. It's just right now I'm out, so I don't really want to show where I am. Plus, there's nothing really much to see because it's dark anyway. But when I get home, it'll be better. I feel much better. My steroid cream actually seems to be working, and my skin is a little bit more I'm not going to say it's perfect. You know, it's not like proper clear or anything. If you look at it, it's still like red and flaky and stuff. But it feels much better. Like, I don't feel as crappy. Which is so typical because I'm not meeting anyone this week. Nothing's happening this week or on Saturday or anything. It's so typical. Whenever I feel my best, that's when nothing is happening. You know, like events or meeting people. But when I feel the crappiest, that's when lots of stuff happens. So for the past month, I've actually managed to do a few things. Obviously in December I went to the put meet. January I've been to the put meet. And I've been to the furry meet, as you know, in disguise, which obviously didn't work. They found me out. I was in disguise, but I didn't wear the wig, which was a bit daft. So they found out that it was me. I don't know how really, because the hosts stay in the back. But somebody must have ratted me out. That's what I think. Because there were a few people like staring at me, and not in a friendly way. And I think they were like, oh, that's the person that filmed in the fursuit lounge or whatever. And then went to go tell the hosts that I'm here. I don't know. Because they weren't around, and then suddenly they were, and they were like looking at me and stuff. But they weren't sure that it was me. They were trying to figure it out. And they were looking at something on their phones. And then they asked to check my Instagram. Because they recognized me by not Instagram, that other thing, Telegram. They only recognized me via Telegram. So I guess they got the Telegram off of the person that they banned, but they didn't know it was me. And they weren't sure if it was me, so they went up to me and asked me what my Telegram, to show them my Telegram. So I did. I should have just shown them someone else's Telegram. But I showed them mine anyway, and yeah, they were like, yeah, you're the person who's banned, so get out. And they were like, so yeah, so they were unsure. So my disguise did work. They were unsure who I was, so that's cool. It's just the fact that they wanted my Telegram. You know what? It wouldn't be an issue if I never gave them my Telegram. I should never have given them my Telegram. Because if I hadn't, they wouldn't have been able to check. You know? They wouldn't have been able to, they just wouldn't know. Because they didn't know who I was, you see. Like, even when I did the deed, it was like I left and they didn't ban me initially. And they just didn't know who I was. And they only found out, which person is the one who's banned. Because they had me in their groups. The Manchester Furry Telegram group. So, yeah. And that's how they found out that I'm the one that they banned. So, because they couldn't find me. Like, they had no way of contacting me. They didn't know who I was, and they didn't have any way of contacting me. Hi, Newman. It's so fun to say. thanks to like computer. That's the apparently. Good evening, how are you today? It is freezing. Nice to see you stream again. I streamed the other day, but I wasn't feeling so great, so I didn't want to show myself on camera or do anything really. So, sorry about that. I will today when I get home. I'm going to show myself, so don't you worry. I have a few things to talk about, so also good, but I've also got to focus on doing dinner, so you have to bear with me when I'm home, but I'll try and be as engaging as I can. Anyway, right. So, with the so if they didn't have me on Telegram, they wouldn't have known who I was, and they wouldn't have been able to contact me to ban me. And if I showed up at the meet, even after they made the decision to ban me, they wouldn't have known who I was unless somebody recognized me. So all I had to do was not give them my Telegram or any way to contact me at all, and just keep going in like different outfits, so they got confused and didn't know it was me. So unfortunately, I kind of foiled myself by like having them add me on Telegram to the Manchester meet chat group thing. So yeah, I kind of foiled myself there. I fucked myself over. I told this person that I was going live. It's somebody actually from the what's it called? The Warrington Ferry meet. And he's asked me to link him my YouTube so he can watch me live. I'm not sure, because all these people go to the meets, you know, like the Manchester Ferry meets, and I don't know. Yeah, I'll link him. I don't know how to do it. Let me figure out how I can link him. I don't know how to do it really while I'm actually live streaming. Hello, Easter. I'm just talking about the ferry meet. I actually went to the Manchester Ferry meet the Saturday before last, and you know I'm banned, but I decided to go there to see what they do, see how long I could be there before they, you know, realised that, oh, someone is here that's banned, and then throwing me out. It took a while. They didn't even know it was me, because they didn't even know like who they banned, because they didn't even see it. Like, it was just a couple of people who saw, you know, I was caught live streaming in the Fursuit Lounge. And as you know, I didn't do it deliberately. Like, to be honest with you, I didn't know that you weren't allowed to film in there. And I was filming mainly me and the people that I was with. And there's a person that goes to the Warrington Ferry meet who wants me to link him my live stream so he can watch it. But I don't know how much of a friend he is. But I suppose it doesn't really matter. But like I say, I know that people that go to the Warrington and Liverpool ferry meets also go to the Manchester ferry meets. So if any of these people follow me and see me talking, I'm not going to say ill, because I'm not really insulting anyone or like speaking ill of them or anything, but you know, people get funny about this stuff. That's not going to be taken. You're not supposed to be having the green bins overflowed. They won't take it. Bad people if they kicked you out. Oh, they did, but they didn't know it was me, right? They kept looking at me and they didn't know like who I was. My disguise was that good. But they didn't even know it was me that did it, because it was only a few people. It was only like a few people who caught me do it. So they couldn't really point me out at the time, because I was leaving. So when I left, nobody knew who it was that did it. They didn't know it was me, like what I looked like or anything. So they had to rely on seeing my Telegram. It was my fault. I kind of foiled myself because I gave them my Telegram and had them add me to the Manchester Furry Meet chat group. And yeah, that's how they found out like who it was that they were supposed to be banning. But if I hadn't have given them my Telegram and been added to the groups, they wouldn't have been able to contact me. And if I just showed up there, they just wouldn't know like that I'm the one that they were banned, because nobody knew who I was. Because it wasn't the hosts or anything that caught me do it. It was people changing in the fursuit area that caught me doing it. But I didn't know that you weren't allowed to record in there. Because you guys know I just went, "Hi Dean." They out there. It is bad, yeah. But yeah, they I was already live streaming before I went there, as you guys know. I was already live streaming. So when we went in, I obviously just carried on live streaming. Like, I didn't really, I didn't think anything of it. So obviously I just continued to live stream. Again, not deliberately, like I didn't think, oh, I'm going to go in the fursuit lounge, you're not allowed to record in there, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like, I wasn't doing that. Like, it just slipped my mind. Like, I didn't even, I mean, we were everywhere, weren't we? We were like up the stairs, down the stairs, in the bar room, and then we were in the fursuit lounge. Which to me, that area is just like part of the main pub, so it's still a public place. So as far as I'm concerned, it never occurred to me that I couldn't record in there. Do you want me to send you the rest of the comic? Because I can do if you want. It's just that I've not added it all to my Facebook yet. Some of it's on my phone and some of it's on the computer. So I'm going to put it on my Patreon as well. And you'll get to see the uncensored, like, sex scenes and stuff. To be honest with you, they're not really like graphic or anything. They're not like proper graphic, really. There's one picture where you see like private parts, and then another where you see boobs. Like, you don't really see anything offensive or anything. Like, the fat is covering, the fat pharaoh's belly is covering most everything. So you can't really see much. So I don't think it would be like too offensive to put on. I'm very tasteful when I do like sex scenes or whatever, like sexier pictures. I do them really tasteful, so like where they're still covered or you can't really see much. So I don't think it would be too offensive. But yeah, I need to get all my art and videos and pictures in one place. I'm trying to get all my pictures from the phone to the computer. So pictures of me in the dedicated folders. I've got a folder of me like wearing all my manly clothes, my fancy clothes, and then another folder of me wearing my like more animal outfits. And then lots of pictures of me wearing like my more gothic outfits, my skin tight but covered all over outfits, which I'm going to wear for you when I get home. I'm going to get changed when I get home, and I'm going to wear something a bit more attractive. You'll love it. I don't even know how to describe the outfits I wear, because they're like kind of gothic but kind of not. I'm going to be fully covered because obviously it's too cold. In my house it's too cold. Even with the heater on, it's not really warm enough for me to wear too skimpier clothing. So I'm afraid, guys, you'll have to wait until spring, summer, whenever it starts to warm up. Oh, I see. Somebody's closed the church gates but not closed my gates. Very nice. The gates were bowing out Now, normally it's people that do that. People. I'm going to leave it open because I'm just... No, I'm just kidding. But look at my gate. It's like it's out in the street. And do you know why it's out in the street? Because people keep trying to open the gate on the right instead of the one on the left, which really pisses me off. They don't need to open the one on the right. The one on the left is the only one that they should be opening, because that's the one that opens and closes. The one on the right just stays shut because it's got like a bar that goes into the ground, and because of the stupid kids wrecking it, it's bent. So every time someone pisses about with that gate and tries to open it, it means that I have to mess about to try and get it back in the ground again. It's just not necessary to open that gate. All they have to do is just push the one on the left. That's all they have to do, is push the one on the left, and then when they're exiting, it's obviously the one on the right, so they just pull the one on the right to get in and out. They don't have to open. I just don't understand why people keep opening the gate that's got the bar that goes into the ground. So annoying. Right, my keys. Right, I'm going to read these while I get my keys. Can you guys tell me how I can share this live stream right now while I'm live with somebody? Because I really don't know how to get a link without like proper going out of it, and it might stop the stream. Would love to see really massive Pharaoh Jeremiah, like immobile on bed. Big fat guy. Yes, big, where he's got like servants that have to wash him and dress him and thingies every command and whim. What is the most comfortable for you to wear at home, boss, when it's cold and naturally need more clothes to be comfortable? Definitely still fully clothed. Oof. I really don't know how to link my account. What's about this plus here? Let's start a poll. By the way, guys, the super chat is available, but I'm not sure if you guys can do it, like it comes up as an option for you, but the super chat is available where you can send me money directly on this chat. That would be really helpful if you guys could do that. Yeah, I'm just going to go put on my costume for you guys now to see. You'll still love it. I think my Patreon is working. I'm going to try doing... There's something called Locals. That's like a Patreon where you can pay for a membership and get all like the content and stuff that I do. So I have got a Locals. I can't remember what it's called. I know it's called like Jeremiah. It might be Lord Jeremiah. I can't remember which. It was a while ago that I made it, and I just forgot to advertise it. So Patreon seems to be working, so you guys can join Patreon again if you like. I've finally updated the tiers because I finally figured out how to do that. So the tiers are a bit more organized now and more specific. So it does the usual 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, if that, you know. I think it just goes up from there, to be honest with you. But I got it doing that. We can see super chat. All right, because I can't see it, so I don't know if it's working. But pretty much people can do that to support my content. So don't forget to use the super chat. I think that means your questions, you can ask questions or say stuff and it'll be highlighted so you can see it. I don't think someone like me needs it because I don't really get many people watching my streams, so I don't think I'm pretty much gonna answer most everyone's questions. The only time I'm not going to is when people are inappropriate and rude or double a question or something I've already answered like a million times. I don't know. Shoot, I forgot to put the Prime Minister in. Oh no, don't you dare fall out. Am I allowed to put the pie in straight from the freezer? I hope so. I'm assuming I can. Probably on a different setting to what I set it to. Let's have a look. This pie is called Heidi. Heidi the Prime Minister. So yeah, as you can see, my eczema is still pretty shit. but it feels better than it did. Oh, yeah, it's 180. I pretty much did it for 200 because that's what I just set everything. I don't know whether you're supposed to do that, but I just do everything on 200. Unless I actually know, like, specifically what a thing is, I just do everything for 200. It works. I mean, this stupid. In fact, 180 is like a lower heat, isn't it? Now, this microwave thing, oven, this microwave oven is, it doesn't work very well. So what happens is, you can only... It takes forever to heat up when you do grill or oven. In fact, grill doesn't work at all. Like, if you do it on grill, it will just be stone cold when it flashes. It does its flashing and peeping and stuff. So grill doesn't work at all, but oven takes... Now, normally, oven takes about 5 minutes to heat up, and then it pings, and then you put the food in. Well, now, it takes about 50 million years, like half an hour, maybe more, just to heat the oven up. And then when you put the food in, you have to do it for more than it specifies. So if it says, 15 minutes, I pretty much have to do it for fucking 40 minutes. I sometimes, I'll do it on like 20 minutes on one side and 20 minutes on the other, and it's still not bloody cooked. Thanks, Newman. Like, comment, and subscribe. And become a Patreon, and also become a local. A locals. On my locals. A locals on my locals. And I shall put all Jeremiah-y related content on there. Lots of fat content, sexy art, and pictures of me in my various outfits and cosplays. So outfits being normal clothes that I made into, like, costumes, if you will. Because I actually prefer that. I prefer, like, getting just normal clothes and making them into a fancy outfit, like a costume. So, like, I'm a big fan of wearing, like, I don't know, a black top and black trousers, particularly leggings or tights, and an all-in-one. Either an all-in-one top or like a full-body all-in-one thing. I don't know what you call them, like a catsuit or whatever. They seem to have various names: body stocking, onesie, all-in-one. And then the ones with the legs cut out I usually call all-in-ones, or like leotards. So they're usually the long sleeve or short sleeved, and they cover your body. They're usually skin tight, and then they kind of press stud clip at the crotch, but the legs are cut out, so your whole legs are on display. That's called an all-in-one, a leotard, a bodysuit, or like a baby grow or something. Onesies are usually the full body ones, but they're usually more baggier and the more like fluffier material, like furry material. Warm, fleecy material. But these are like, I don't know what material these are, but they're like a stretchy, thinner material. And they're more skin tight. So, unfortunately, I don't have one of those. I've been trying to get one for a long time, but it's just sizes. I'd rather buy them in, a shop rather than online. But we've been looking all over. We've been in all sorts of clothing shops, and we just can't find any. It's really upsetting that you can't find them in shops, considering they've been very popular last year and this year. Last year and this year, full body suits have been very popular. So like the skin tight catsuit, bodysuit type things, like I say, stretchy skin tight material that cover your entire body. It's like a one piece. They seem to have been... jumpsuit is also another. I thought, again, a jumpsuit to me is more baggy. But that's another name for them. I always thought a jumpsuit was more like a dungarees, but whatever. I'm not a huge fan of dungarees unless they're like shorts. But I don't like the full trouser leg ones. I don't know. I just find them unattractive on anybody. My mum used to have them, but like short ones. I think she had a long one and she had a short one. And I used to wear them because I was, like, when I was about 13 or 14 or whatever, I was like really into hillbilly. I'm going to call it hillbilly core. But I liked to pretend to be like a hillbilly. Proper inbred, freaking American country bumpkin hillbilly. Like fucking inbred, you know? It was like something I was into. It was just like, it was just funny. I liked anything taboo, to be honest with you. Hey, me and you date. I think that says date tonight. I'm gonna read it to you 1 minute. Who the fuck is this? Hey, me and you date Thursday night. You don't have a choice. Me and you, I don't know if you heard that. It says, me, you date Thursday night. You don't have a choice. Oh my god. Who the fuck's that? I don't even know who that is. It's obviously somebody who's not bothered to talk to me for a while, because they answered work mainly. So I've obviously asked like whatever question I've asked and they've answered with work mainly. And now all of a sudden, after all this time of not messaging, and now they've said, is that okay with you? So they've said, me, you date, you don't have a choice. And then they were like, oh, if that's okay with you. Like, which is it, dude? Are you giving me a choice or you're not giving me a choice? Okay. This guy, whoever the fuck it is, because I have no idea. See, I talk to people and then they just kind of drift away because they stop talking. So I just stop talking to them and I end up like forgetting about them. Especially if it doesn't show a name or a picture that's memorable. It's just a picture of a fucking sky. Like a horizon or some shit in the sky. He's probably in the picture, but it's probably like a dot in the picture. I don't know, you get profile pictures where someone's standing like dead far away. And it's like, pictures like that are just not memorable. See, because these pictures are usually so small, I recognise them by shapes and colours, because I can't see what they are specifically. So I'll say, oh yeah, that's the person with the blue profile picture, or that's the person with the red profile picture. That's how I recognise them, because I can't see them. I can't see details. So I just go by colours and fucking shapes. I had a friend called Stuart, and he's autistic, and I asked him, I said, can you recognise faces? And he said, not really. He said, I recognise people by what they wear and like accessories and colours that they're wearing. So if I'm seen to be wearing a specific coat that's an obvious shape and size and colour and stuff, then you can recognise that from afar and up close. But he has to like get used to the person more like in person, like they're right in front of him, to sort of recognise them. That's me as well. I'm kind of the same. I recognise people mainly by shapes, colours, and like what they normally wear. That's why I was very confused when I used to wear this like coat that's quite long and it sticks out a bit and it goes in at the waist. So it's kind of, it stands out more than the average coat or jacket that people wear around here. Usually like tracksuits and hoodie sort of jackets. So that's why, you know, they normally see me wearing that. So when I started going around wearing more casual clothes and they recognized me instantly, that's why I got confused. Because you can't, even people who are not autistic can't possibly recognize somebody like that without seeing something familiar on them. I'm just going to get changed. I'll be right back. Please don't go away. I'll try and be as quick as possible. But I like to leave this down here so that it can charge. And also, it means that, you know, if my mum comes in, you'll be able to hear her moaning, possibly. So, yay! Yeah, please join Patreon and locals and shit. I will get the link to my locals and I will put it I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna try and figure out how to link this live stream to somebody. No, we don't go to the Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to link this live stream without ending it. So if this live stream stops, just stand by and wait for it. I don't know. I don't know how to get out of it, to be honest. 1 minute. I'm just gonna go back. Like it might cut off, so just wait for it to maybe restart or something.